Right, if you're getting guys, I've been to 3 lakes and we'll have a little chat in a minute. I've been missioning all day. Rubbish fishing, not very good. It's mild, it's like overcast, but it's not low pressure, do you know what I mean? So the fish are up at the surface. Should have been using zigs earlier, but I had Scrappy with me and just loads of other things. I'll go back in a minute, but it's been a long old day. I went home for a little sleep, came back, dropped Scrappy off, and now we're ready for it. We're at the park lake, got 2-3 hours, so hopefully you should be able to smash it. I'm gonna go on the float and I've got the ledger rod. I'm hoping for a slightly bigger fish today. Got a feeling I will, the wind's cooking across. I've got some bait out, I'll put out some bigger pellet this time. I've got a 16mm pellet, what I bought for the private lake, what I'm gonna be using, but I've only used a handful of them. And I'm gonna be chucking out, what's it called? Corn. So I put out a load of corn already. I'm already halfway on that mission. So there we go. So right, I'm gonna quickly show you my rig. Typical, caught around the line, but there we go. Mono. I tied this up, size 10 hook with literally just a hair rig. I just tied this up 2 minutes when I was at the other lake, and I don't know if I'll show it or not, but basically I caught a really big bream and that was it literally. And I was like, I know it's going to be the evening sesh now. I didn't want to put loads of bait in for no bites, you know, because I'm a stinge. So anyway, right, I'm going to get this out. Let's catch a fishy. Ciao for now, bye-bye. Alright guys, I thought I'd give you the quick lowdown before I cast out. I've got my best float on. I can't believe I'm doing this. But look, this is why you need bat leads. Remember when I was fishing here and it was over this platform? Well, that's how much it's dropped. Look at that. So your line will be going straight out to your lead. Do you see what I mean? And this is about 2 foot at the moment, maybe 3 foot max in the deepest part. 2.5, literally, that's how deep it is. And my line will be going straight to my rod, and no wonder I didn't get any bites. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people blank down here recently, and that is why. So now I pin the line down with a little bat lead. Fuck off, virgin man. Or is it trains and planes? But yeah, my line is pinned down with a bat lead. So this is directly off the end of my rod tip and it goes out that way. The only problems with bat lead sometimes, if there's a snag down there, that bat lead can catch the snag. So I've had that the odd time down here, but I've managed to get it out. Anyway, so I'm float fishing off this little reed like I did last time when it was flooded. I've got the best float ever. Trust me, if you're new to float fishing and you're not too sure if you're carp fishing in my opinion is easier than roach fishing, right? And I'll explain why when it's playing fucks off. Right, so I'll explain now. So here's my float. I have 2 float stops holding it, pinning it in position so I can find the depth really easy, and just one lead shot holding it down about 3 inches. No, I'd say that's about 4, isn't it? My penis is about 5, so it's about right, I think. Right, so yeah, it's about 4 or 5, I don't know, 3.5 inches, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what's on the bottom. So the float is up like that, you see what I mean? So that's on the bottom. Right, so yeah, the easiest setup, easier than roach fishing, trying to fish just on the bottom or blah, blah, blah. Right, so let's get on it. Oh, here we go, guys. Oh, fucking my luck today. Caught the baby carp. There was 2 carp in there. Caught the baba. Seen his back waved out. No. There we go, another common. Born in here. Little warrior. First ever hook in his mouth. I'm sorry, dude. I had to be the dude. I had to do it to you. First common, look at him. Bred little warrior in here. Little warrior. Well happy. Right, I'm going to get him back in, but there was 2 in there. God. Float went flat. Oh my God, this is a big fish. Big fish on the float. Oh God, he's straight on the surface. Make sure the camera's on. This is a good fish for a float. Get back to it. Really beautiful. Dark common. He looks really old. Oh my God, he looks really old. He's just woke up. He just woke up. Oh shit. Yeah, it's just really woke up. This is a really black common, man. Swim to the net by accident, isn't it? That is a cracking fish. Oh. Oh. And then guys, I'll show you, have a little look at him. Look at that beast. On my unhooking mat, obviously. But look at that. From a park lake on the float. Can't beat that, man. There's 2 carp so far. Hopefully get another one in there. I better get back. But yeah, he's a cracking little black fish. As soon as I seen the top of his head, I was like, that is black. And he woke up. He basically came to the surface and then just bolted off when he seen my net. Happy days. Is it a carp? Can't see it, but I'm presuming it's a carp. Looking particularly big. Good on the float. Yeah, little baby carp. Baby carpies. Park Lake banger. Oh my God, I've got a little fat belly. If anybody says about an unhooking mat, you will get a slap. I will slap you. I've got an unhooking mat. I'm not going to get an unhooking mat out for a fish that I can physically hold with my hand. Okay, guys? We're not going to get weird on this channel. This is a really nice little fat common. Bloody light angles are not very good. There we go. Look at that. Bright sunshine. Bing, bang, bosh. Happy days. Getting straight back in. I won't throw him though. Oh, he's gone. Guys, I hope the contrast ain't too weird. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about unhooking mats and that kind of stuff. Because some of the stuff I've been seeing recently is really getting weird. Like then, I had a little baby carp, right? I held it with this grasp. Okay, I unhooked it, put it back in, right? There was no need for a net, a mat for it, right? I'm not gonna, okay? And you don't do it with bream, you don't do it with roach. Small fish you don't do it for. And I even seen it like one guy caught a river carp and they're like, why ain't you got an unhooking mat? It's like, you unhooked it on grass. Like you don't bring an unhooking mat when you're bream fishing, when you're roach fishing. People are so weird. It's nothing wrong if you're catching big bream, then you should have an unhooking mat, I think. Like 5-6 pound bream, not skimmers, you know. And a guy was like, if every time you fish, you should have an unhooking mat. It's like, I'm gonna drag a massive pillow down with me every time I go roach fishing now, just because someone might cry on the internet. It's ridiculous. Like, you can see I'm a good angler. I've got good fish care, you know, you can see that, you know. I wouldn't say I've got the best fish care on YouTube because I'm not that pathetic and get that all weird about it, but I always make sure their fins are flat and things like that when I put them back. I've got a 42-inch lander net for my next, for the big lake, but like here, you know, I'm using this net. I'm not going to go out Some guy was like, I was like 16 quid to get a new net. Right, I charge £20 an hour. Well, less than that actually, right, for a PT, yeah, where I spar and I get hit for an hour, right? I'm a human bag for an hour, right? And I get paid nearly 16 quid an hour. So that's a landing net for me. Oh no. Yeah, what I'm saying, that's a landing net for me. That's a lot of money, man. Like, it's an hour of me get my ass kicked for a landing net that I don't need just because I want people crying on my Facebook. Sorry, YouTube. And to be fair, there's only been a couple of little crybabies. But like one guy said, right, this is a Graze rubber net, okay? Look how flat it is, look how big it is, okay? All right? Guy was like, you could break the fish's back. It's like, what? Don't spread weird information, people, okay? So you can break their back or their tail. I was like, dude, what you want about? You cannot break a fish's back by putting it in this, the size of the bloody net. Break its back, what are you talking about? What are you on about? You weird people. And then one guy was giving me tips about when the fish basically tighten up my clutches a little bit when I'm fishing, fish basically locked up. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was a little bit worried about losing my rods, but he was like, yeah, just fish locked up. So I was like, all right, cool. And then he goes, yeah, if you drop the leads, it's going to be easier to control the fish. And I was like, okay then, mate, if you're going to give me this information, you got to tell me why, okay? Like, if I tell someone to do a double jab and they go to me, why? I got the answer. The reason why you double, if I just said, oh, you just do it, you're like, why? The reason why you double jab is because you close the range and the person leans back or steps back, you're going to catch him with the second jab, okay? So you explain it, so you're like, oh, okay. So I was like, why did you drop the leads then? How's that going to help me control the fish? So I catch them on the float with no lead and they go mental. It's much harder to free line a carp than it is with a lead on. If you've got a 4 ounce lead on, obviously it slows the fish down, you know? So yeah, if I'm wrong, fair enough, I'll hold my hands up, I'm wrong. But I don't see how I can control the fish better with no lead on. Like, that was just weird to me. And he's like, I fish for England. So I was like, all right, calm down, get your tits in a twist. So yeah, you know, I take on information, but you've got to have facts for what you're saying. Okay, you've got to be able to back it up. Okay, give me the information. Why do we do this? Why? So I said to the guy, well, what's the problem with my net? And he's like, well, you could break the fish's back. What? What do you want about, dude? Like, if your argument was that it was a £30 fish in here, I'd be like, yeah, but there isn't. The biggest fish you see me catching here is about £14. I do not need a fucking 42-inch landing net for a carp that big. It's just ridiculous. People got weird. So yeah, that was my little rant anyway about an hooker match. Yeah, and there you go. There's one guy. He was fishing with his daughter. He posted it on the Total Carp or whatever crap it is, BMG tackle or whatever. And everyone gave him a load of abuse. They had a hooking mat, and he's with his daughter. He's like, I was roach fishing and caught a massive grass carp and took a photo of it. People were like, oh my god, you're on a hooking mat. And I was just like, what the hell? People are so weird. He got so much abuse for it. People have no idea. And then I've seen people go mental about 2 fish in a net, and it's like, oh my god, some people haven't got an idea, have they? You know, go and watch some match fishing, what I've been hearing recently. Everybody's been crying about that. Fish going there is absolutely shocking, man. I ain't even watched it yet, so there'll probably be a rant coming on that. But yeah, man, people get weird about the whole thing. It's like I caught a wild carp, right? I might even post it up after this, maybe. But I was let down in the grass and I caught it. And basically, I didn't have an hooking mat. I was what's it, cruising fishing or goldfish fishing. I thought it was cruising fishing. And it screamed off and I landed an 18-pound mirror, wild mirror. I didn't go, oh my god, where's my unhooking mat? What's going on? Oh my god, no unhooking mat, the fish is going to die. It's just weird, you know. People got to get a grip. Very strange times. Here we are, gonna finish now. Basically, I just had a bloody line on the float, then you're crying, it's huge fish again. I'm fishing in 1.5 foot deep of water, you know, they start wiggling their tails around, it just knocks the line, you think you've got a bite, you strike. You see the fish just bar wave out, and same when I caught a couple of small fish, seen the big fish just bar wave out, it's like, no. Still a bit, I think, hit and miss bad luck, but it shows about nutritional value rubbish. That's been out there, my carp rod with bait. I had like 1 dead run off a little bream, I think, and that was it. And I put out, I don't know, 20-30 pellets, half a tin of corn, nothing, you know. And I literally seen them just start to move now. This is what I say about this kind of stuff, you know, they're feeding bread over there constantly. Why do you think I'm catching so many fish down here with bread? You know, nutritional value rubbish. So some guy was going, oh, what would you want from your ultimate bait? What would be the ultimate bait? And I was like, if I could have unlimited maggots, corn and hemp, happy days, and bag up. You know, you just wanted the answer to be boilies. You know, some people are so weird. And straight away when the guy asked the question on this group, It's like, hey, you only work for a boilie company, man. What would you want? It's what you want, not what the carp want, isn't it? That's what the thing with boilie fishing. It's what people want. It's not what the carp want at all half the time. It's what people want. Well, people want to look good, you know. That's why they have the nice bags and that, isn't it? You know. So catches your eye and you think, oh, you know. Like I seen the zombie ones when they used to, I don't know if they still do them anymore, and they used to have tits. Do you know that? They used to have like fake maggots in the boilies and all that. They don't do that anymore. I haven't seen them for a while. But yeah, it just shows, you know what I mean? Don't even get lost on that stuff. If I use boilies, man, I'll be broke. Well, I am broke, but if I was using boilies even more, I'll be even more broke. And yeah, a big shout out to Steve again. He sorted me out right out, and he's giving me like a little claw rake. What I can just screw onto this little rope and chuck out. I was going to do it this morning when I was at the private lake, but it just basically didn't happen. We weren't fishing at all over there at the moment. It was just really hard. I was there for about 3 hours, and I knew it wasn't going to fish well. So I got out of there, went to another lake. It was just terrible again. It's because it's like high pressure, really mild and warm, but it's great. So all the fish are on the surface, and I should have, like I said, can you hear more crashing now? Should have been using zigs. I even said to my missus when she came down here with the dog, like, I know I wasn't going to get a run until it got dark, because that's what they're like, you know, they're not precious fish that much, so they don't, you know, they won't feed all the time. And then you've seen other videos I do down there, and I just bag up, so you know it isn't same rig, same bait, like, you know. Even when I had my best day in winter, I literally put out the same amount of bait, and I had like three, I think, decent fish, you know. So yeah, it just shows sometimes down here, you know what I mean. It's always hit and miss. You can't. It's never really consistent because there's no bait going in there. It's bread. So yeah, don't get lost on that. It looks really dark where I am, but actually, it's actually not. It's actually dusk, and I think it's like 8 o'clock or 7:45 or 10:45, something like that. Anyway, or might even be 20 past 8. I'm not sure. I got lost. My missus will be crying in a minute. Right. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe to my channel. Oh yeah, and hit me up on Facebook now. Fighting Fisherman on Facebook. I'll be doing tips, little videos, little previews before I post on YouTube, things like that. Only on big videos, not on little videos, just big videos, and that I'll be posting little previews like, ooh, look at this. And yeah, and if you want to see any of my previous catches before YouTube, check them out on my Fighting Fisherman page. I've got all my pike on there, all my perch, my roach, I ain't got all my tench on there yet. I'm going to do that soon now. But yeah, I've just got all my PBs and that, and all the fish that I caught before, you know. So people get in their head that, you know, I've caught some. I used to fish different places than what I'm doing now. Jesus, I fished linear, I fished dirty rares a lot. I used to fish where's some other big lakes? Creeley Lakes. Where else have I been? I've been loads of different places. I've been loads of places. Topper Manor. We got my PB from there, £21. Yeah, that was Topper. What's the other one? Burton Springs. Had a £19 mirror out of there. That was a really nice scaly mirror. So yeah, that's, you know, I've been around, but just not on my YouTube channel. Right, anyway, guys, gonna get out of here now before it gets too dark. Right, ciao for now. Bing bang bosh. Whoosh. Knee elbow.